Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today's look is going to be a doll inspired look. Um, I look a little bit different in the intro than I do in the actual tutorial video because I got about 30 minutes after washing off all the makeup and realized I did not do an intro. Yeah, so I went ahead and completely redid it. I'm just wearing a different shirt now, but my arm's getting tired of holding this camera, so if you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. And don't forget to subscribe, because once we get to 100 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. By the way, all this stuff this is a mop that has never been used. I just cut the ends off of it. Actually, me and my mom did this. We were bored one day and I told her I wanted to film a video like this, and she said, I have just the thing. So we cut up this mop and I added some layers and such, and then this is just a bunch of yarn tied up around my ponytail, and then when you put this over the top of it, well, if you can make that disappear, we've got all these layers cut into this thing for added volume. And then the hat was a DIY as well, just made out of paper. This is not no elaborate thing. Anybody can do it. Okay? Okay. So we're going to start out by priming and moisturizing our face, and then we are going to jump straight into foundation, and I'm going to be using the Sephora collection foundation. I've had this for about 2 weeks now, and so far pretty good. It's a little bit streaky at first when applying with a brush, but then once you go back over it with your beauty blender, or in my case Real Technique sponge, it works out really well. It covers really good and everything's good. And today I decided to go ahead and skip over concealer. Didn't really see the sense in it. If you want to do that, go for it. But I just added some extra powder to the areas that I would normally put concealer, and it brightened it up pretty good, or at least good enough for me. And I'm applying it, like I said, pretty generously. And I skip over the part that shows me dusting it back off, but I just leave it sit for a few minutes and then I dust it back off. And now I'm just going to go and bronze my face. And I'm also going to use this same palette. It's the Urban Decay, I think it's the Naked something palette. And I'm going to use the blush as my eyeshadow for the lid. And then I'm going to take the bronzer and apply that into my crease. Not super worried about like blending it out to perfection or anything because it's a doll look, so if you feel like you need to super blend it out, then you super blend it out. Now it's time to add on the heaviest blush you've probably ever worn in your life. And if it's not, then you should add more. And of course, we're going to highlight the face in all the places that you normally would anyways. But I'm going to highlight it a little bit excessively today. And then for my brows, I decided to go with blue. You can do whatever color that you want to. I decided to go with the color that is going to match the wig, and I'm saying that very, very loosely. But I'm going over it first with a mascara, and then I'm going over the top of that with a blue eyeshadow. The mascara probably would have been fine, but it was a metallic chrome, and that's just not what I was wanting, but it did give me the base to keep my eyebrows in the right shape, and then I just went over it with the blue shadow to get the color I wanted. And then it's time to make the doll-like eyes by applying a white eyeliner to your lower lash line, and time to define the upper lash line with a pretty dramatic wing. Once I've got my wing on, I'm just taking some of that same blue shadow that I put on my eyebrows and using it to define the lower lash line, and then adding mascara. You can add false lashes if you want to. I just left it with mascara, and on the bottom I really shouldn't have applied mascara anyways because I already knew that I wanted to draw on some little fake lashes. But again, if you wanted to use fake ones down there, do that too. And then for lipstick, I am using one of the Wet n Wild Fall Collection lipsticks, and it is the hot pink shade. I'm not really sure what it's called right now. And then I'm just taking a candy pink or bubblegum pink lip gloss and dabbing it right in the middle. And again, I just picked up false lashes. I did not personally use them, but you should feel more than free to do so. Then I thought this doll would look pretty cool if she had some colorful freckles. So in my case, I'm using teal and hot pink. And I'm just using eyeliners and dotting it all over places where people have or seem to have the most common amount of freckles. And you already know the drill about this wig, or lack thereof. So we're just going to fiddle around with it for a minute, and I end up tucking it underneath, yeah, right there. And once you get it in place, if you're actually going to wear this out, I would highly suggest, figuring out a different way to maneuver it. I would bobby pin the heck out of it, just all kinds of stuff to make sure it stays. In my case, I was not going anywhere, and I thought the hat covered it up pretty good for the purpose. So there you go. That is the finished look. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. There's a giveaway coming up.